Hey y'all, thanks for watching my video again. Because to be honest, I wasn't really, it was never in my intention to make a YouTube video like the original video I posted before, which is my first video. If you watched that, that was something I was just posting on my Instagram, but something was just moving me and telling me to, make a YouTube channel because I just feel like I have so much to say. And even after posting it on my Instagram account, so many people were reaching out to me, asking me different things. So I'm like, let me just make a YouTube channel so it'll be better for me to just, talk with people, directly on a video. So I can just say things once instead of having to keep repeating them over and over again. So that's why the first video is like that. It was on YouTube. It was on Instagram. And I'm not used to making YouTube videos, so I'm trying to get used to that. You see, I pulled my ring light from the back where I do lashes at. So I'm using my ring light now to give me a little more light in here. But I'm going to get better, though. I'm going to get better as time goes on. Don't worry. But yeah, so this video, the whole purpose of this video is basically, after my first video, everybody kept, asking, what were the things I did in my fast and stuff like that. And I definitely don't have a problem with sharing that at all. But I do want to say and let everybody know, I do look at it in a way as everybody's journey is different. Like I stated previously, what may work for me may not work for you. So I don't want to tell you every single thing I did in the fast, and I don't want you to feel like that is going to help you like 100% because it might not work for you. You know what works for you and what doesn't. You may be in denial about it because I was in denial about a lot of stuff. I didn't want to let go of a lot of things, and that's natural. That's normal. We're so used to doing a lot of the same things that we've been doing, but it may not be the best for us. So you know what may be toxic for you and what may be a distraction. So it's really up to you to be strong and, pull yourself away from those things for a certain amount of time so it can help you realize a lot of things about yourself and the world and the people around you. So yeah, just wanted to put that little disclaimer out there because I don't want people to, do everything that I did and say, well, this not working for me and blah, blah, blah. Like the way that stuff affected me probably didn't affect you in the same way. But yeah, that's that piece. But yeah, so I definitely suggest literally writing everything down, especially because I think as human beings, we have short attention spans, whether we believe it or not. And we just don't remember everything we really need to. So I know for me, like I had to write stuff down, and it's so crazy. Like I've always been known to have bad memory by other people and even myself. Like I always say, like my memory is trash. Like I have bad memory and stuff like that. So believe it or not, like after the fast, I really feel like my memory has improved so much. Like with me just reading and writing everything down, like I don't have to think long and hard about certain things anymore. And it's so crazy. It's so crazy. Like I've been to the doctor and I even mentioned it to my doctor. And, she told me to do like crossword puzzles before, they would, refer me to, I forgot who they were going to refer me to, but basically a brain doctor. And I'm like, that's just a lot. But I don't even need that. I could do it myself. Crosswords puzzles didn't do nothing for me, but you know what? It probably didn't do anything for me because I definitely wasn't even paying it any attention like I should have been. But I still don't think it would work. Just me doing stuff and actually writing stuff down and forcing myself to remember, that helped me. But yeah, that's another thing. So yeah, so basically, I wrote all of the things down I knew I wanted to do. I didn't really know what a fast was supposed to necessarily consist of because when I would hear about fast all the time, I just thought it was us fasting from food, So that's always what I've known a fast to be. It's just simply from food. But, I did a little bit more research because I'm like, I know people do spiritual fasts or whatever, but I don't know like how to do it myself. But, as I looked up stuff, I realized that I needed basically like an objective. Like, what is my purpose for the fast? Like, that's my first thing I needed. Like, I need to write down what's my purpose for the fast, Why am I even wanting to do this fast? What do I want to gain from this fast? What do I want to get out of this fast? So that was really like the main thing I had to write down first. And then just other little points, but I'll go through that stuff. But for me, for my fast, I wrote down, I'm fasting because I want a clearer mind. I want to focus and hone in on more important things now that will secure then and I's future. And then that's my baby girl. I'm sorry, I didn't even do an introduction. I'll probably slide a little video in there if I can figure out how to do that. But yeah, that's my baby. And I want all people who mean me no good to be removed from my life. I want a clear picture of the path God wants me to take, and where do I begin? I want to know my purpose here, and I want to rid all distractions. So I literally wrote these things down, but of course when I wrote it down, I wasn't really expecting me to get this exact stuff from this fast. And I can say, like, I'm either working on stuff that I've asked for, like, from this fast, or I did actually get this stuff that I was asking for. And you know, I know the hard part for me was getting rid of people who mean me no good. And it can be the closest people, you know, to you that you really don't want to get rid of, for real. And it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. Like, you're going to lose relationships with people that you don't want to, or, you know, y'all been so cool for a long time and stuff like that. But sometimes it's better to let those people go so you can grow. You never know. It could be this one person, or people in your family, like people that you have relationships with, you know. It could be that one person that you need to let go, that's been holding you back this whole time from growing and seeing how things really are in this world. And yeah, but yeah, it's tough. It's tough. Even now, I'm starting to see, I've been, you know, pulling back from certain people when it comes to certain things, and it's been a good number of people like I've been pulling back from. Like, I've been turning down people for a lot of things, whether it's going out or linking up with them and stuff like that. It's just, it's not that I don't want to, but I'm simply not interested in doing the same things that I was doing, because I feel like that takes me off of the path and the direction that I'm heading in, and it's not gonna do nothing but put me back 10 steps further, and who got time for that? So yeah, I can already see, you know, that relationships are going to slowly start to dwindle away. And it can be hurtful. It can be lonely, but I am so strong and secure in myself now and everything that I believe in, that I can't say that it won't affect me, but I know how to manage my emotions to get through it, if that makes sense. But I basically built my brain and my mind and my soul, just everything up to be prepared for stuff like this. So I know it's supposed to happen. I'm prepared for it. I know it's not going to be easy, but I know the people I lose in my life, I'll gain even more people. So I'm not really too worried about that. So yeah, I've always had a thing of like hurting people's feelings and stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you're gonna have to hurt a few people's feelings, and you don't have to do it in a rude, nasty, or negative way. You know, just simply tell them, you know, this is the direction I'm heading in. And some people won't take you serious. Like, I know it's a lot of people that are not taking me serious. I know it's a lot of people that are probably mad that I did this fast because I done turned into this new person, but I just look at it as a way of me evolving into the new version of myself, and people are gonna either have to accept me for that, or they just gonna simply have to go, and I don't have a problem with that now. But yeah, so that's the things that I wrote down as far as my objective and my purpose behind the fast. I definitely needed a clear mind because of, you know, everything that was going on and stuff, and literally like everything is kind of happening how I asked it to happen. But yeah, so then I had another section where I put stay committed. So the staying committed part is where I actually, this is like the stuff that were actually distractions for me that I didn't realize were like full blown distractions. Maybe stuff I could consider that is small and stuff, and you know, it really wasn't small because it really been holding me back from a lot of stuff. Like, for me not doing these like 5 little things, really 6, I've been so focused and been so honed in, and I've been able to figure out so much like stuff about me. And I can honestly truly say, like, I do feel like I know my purpose here on this earth now, and it's crazy. I never expected me to be speaking in this way to people, and people actually wanting to hear from me. So I really think this is a part of my purpose, me basically spreading the word, like letting y'all know, like, y'all have to find yourselves in order for y'all to achieve any successes you want in this world. It's not gonna happen with you doing negative, nasty, like rude stuff to people and just throughout the world. Like, it's not gonna happen, because you're gonna keep hitting a roadblock every single time. I'm telling you, every time. Stuff can be going great in your life, and then all of a sudden you wondering why stuff just going shitty, basically. Like, you are not doing what you're supposed to be doing. You think you can be good one day, and then the next day you go back and fill your mind up with all this negativity and do all this negative stuff. You basically like balancing it out. And then it's not even a balance. It's just everything you're doing is bad. It's not even a balance. I can't even say it's a balance, because it's really low on the scale, for real. But yeah. So I told myself that I would fast. So my fast started June 2nd. So I will fast until July 2nd. So everything I'm writing, I'm basically like putting it into the atmosphere. Like, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna stick by it. You know, I'm gonna stand strong in it. So I will abstain from smoking, drinking alcohol, and being on social media between the hours of 12 and 6. Now, smoking, I know y'all probably like, you be smoking? Yes, y'all. But I don't, it's so crazy. After the fast, I don't even smoke anymore. I don't have the urge to smoke. And I wasn't even smoking a whole lot. But when I did smoke, it would be like literally at nighttime, or when it would be like recreational smoking if I'm out partying or something like that, or literally like late at night type stuff. And I'm just being honest. I'm sorry. I can't be nothing but honest, because I want y'all to feel me. I want y'all to be able to feel like y'all can relate to what I'm saying, because I could easily be saying a whole bunch of fluff and skipped over that part. But I know it's a lot of y'all that smoke. I know. But for me, I know that smoking was a distraction for me, because, you know, if I did that, it would just make me lazy. I wouldn't want to work on anything. I'll put stuff off. Like, I'll get back to it, and then keep putting it off. When you gonna ever get back to it? And I realized that, like, I've been skimming over stuff that I should not have been skimming over for a long time, and it done pushed me back way far behind than I ever intended myself to. So yeah. And then the drinking part, I only drunk, you know, recreational drinking. I wasn't like, you know, a heavy drinker like during the week or whatever. But on the weekend, I could drink pretty heavy. I'm not gonna lie, I was a drinker. I was a drinker. But that, and then I told myself I was gonna stay off of social media between the hours of 12 and 6 p.m. So with that part, so I have a business. Like I told you, I do lashes. So with that part, I told myself I was gonna abstain from being on social media from 12 to 6. So maybe for about 2 days, I was doing good, and really I wasn't even doing that good, because I would find myself, you know, okay, it's 12 o'clock, I can get on social media, scroll, then it'll be 6 o'clock, then it'll be 6:30, and I'm like, okay, well, it's just 6:30 or whatever. I would keep giving myself passes or whatever. And then even then, you know, I could literally like get on my phone and innocently, it could be 9 o'clock, and I know I'm not supposed to be on social media. I've already instilled this in my brain. But social media is so addicting, and it's crazy. I didn't know that I was addicted to it. I thought I was a strong person that could get off of it whenever I needed to. No, I was innocently clicking back on Instagram, and I had to realize, like, damn, I'm not even supposed to be on Instagram. Like, I'm not supposed to be on Instagram. I said I was gonna get off of it. So I literally decided on like day 3, you know what, I'm just gonna completely log out of my Instagram because I clearly can't stop getting on there. And I'm not even trying. It was just something that I was just doing. It was so weird. I'm like, I just got off of it, and now 2 minutes later I'm back on here, and I just said I'm not getting back on it. So I literally had to log out for me to abstain from it. And I'm so happy I did, because the people I follow and the pages and the things that I see, it wasn't gonna help me with my fast and the journey that I was going on, because I was gonna still be looking at the same stuff. Even though I wasn't doing it, I was still looking at it. I was still hearing it. That stuff is, instilling into your mind, and you're trying to get away from all of that stuff in every single way, physically, mentally, every single way. So yeah. And then I also put I was going to eat meat once a day. So my eating habits aren't bad already. But I can get a little crazy on the weekends with just eating out and stuff. So I said I would eat meat only once a day, and I would juice once a day. And I did pretty good with that. Yeah, I didn't really have an issue with that. And then I also said I would pray daily, and I would pray at least twice a day, every single day. And I did really good with that. So I prayed when I got up in the morning, and then I would pray either throughout the day or before I went to bed. It's just depending on how my day went. So every day is different, even if you do stuff in a different order, as long as you do it and complete it, you good, but don't lack off and not do nothing because you feel like, oh, well, I already haven't done it, so I don't got to worry about it now. No, do it. Like, everything that you need to do is important. And then I said I would read for an hour 5 days a week. Now, let me tell you, I hate to say this, and it's so sad for me to say, but I was not a reader. Ever since I graduated from high school, not even high school, college too, I only read the things that I was required to read. I never did any outside reading for real. And when I would try, it would be so hard for me because my attention span was so short. And I didn't know that. It was so short. Like, I'll read a couple pages, put the book down, not get back to it for another 2 weeks or so. And it would literally take me months to read one book now. Ridiculous. So ridiculous. And this fast made me realize, like, I've really been slacking. Slacking on the simplest things. I couldn't sit down and read a book. I couldn't do that. And it's crazy. And I hate to say that. So I read, for an hour, 5 days a week. And I stood strong by that one. And when I tell you I finished one book in a month, and I just thought that was the most mind-blowing, craziest thing. Like, that was a major accomplishment for me. Major. And I was so happy and proud of myself. But that's what I'm saying. Like, what works for you. Like, I knew I wasn't reading how I should have. So I incorporated this into my fast because I knew this would be something that's beneficial for me. Like, I need to read. We all need to read. We all need to continue to grow our mind and expand our vocabulary and do things like that. But I've been worried about them going out and smoking hookah and drinking and eating and stuff like that and chilling. Like, no, like, my focus was not where it needed to be. Seriously. But yeah. So then, I kind of lined up and said, how my day would go, from the morning to noon and in the evening. Oh, and then also I did my affirmations in the morning. So I would always play this little YouTube video, where it was just like a girl on there, and she would like say all these affirmations, like, I am strong, I am successful, things like that. Because when you continuously put those things into your, play that in your background, they start to like sink into your brain, and your brain will actually believe that stuff. And right now I'm reading the book, The Power of the Subconscious Mind. And when I tell you, like, your mind is powerful, you have to really watch what you feed it for real. Like, what you feed yourself, because it's so important. Like, your mind is going to believe whatever you tell it. So whether you tell yourself, oh, I'm broke, I can't afford this, I can't afford that, your mind going to believe that. You ain't never going to get no money because you continuously saying you broke or whatever. So yeah, that's definitely a good read for me. I'm almost done with it, but for sure. But also like just on my day to day, I would always have just motivational stuff playing in my background. You know, all I was doing online was just looking at YouTube videos, watching how people became successful. What are the steps they did to get to their success and stuff like that. And when I tell you, literally everybody is saying the same thing. It's so mind-blowing to me, and it's so simple. And I'm like, all we got to do is sit down and be still and apply ourselves and educate ourselves. That's all it takes. And I can't sit down and do that because I'm worried about going out and doing this and doing that. But yeah, it's crazy how distracted we are, and we don't even realize it. But literally those people are saying the exact same things, and I want y'all, like I challenge y'all to go on YouTube and just type in, how do I become successful? Don't look at the little fluff about people having these steps. Like those are fake steps. They probably want money from y'all. And granted, like, I'm not doing this video for myself at all. I'm doing this video for y'all. Like, I really know people need to hear this stuff, and they need to hear it from somebody that's similar to them in a lot of ways. So yeah, I just feel like I have to be a voice for people, because if you look up stuff dealing with anything like spiritual and like fast, you don't really see much. You don't really see, you see guys on there, you may see a few girls here and there, but I feel like I didn't really get to see anybody I could relate to, only a couple of people. And I just thought it was crazy. And granted, I was able to learn from only a couple of people that I would watch, you know, here and there on YouTube. But I just feel like it should be way more videos about this stuff, about this journey that you need to really be taking yourself on, because we are really lost in this world. We are really like living in a fake world for real, and we don't even know who we are for real as people, and that's really destroying us more and more. But it just always made me think about the Biggie movie when he said we got to change ourselves before we change the world, or something like that. We can't change the world unless we change ourselves. Yeah. And you know, that went over my head plenty of times. I don't watch that movie a few times, but it's so true. Unless we fix ourselves as individual people, we cannot say we want world peace. How is that gonna happen? How's that gonna happen? You could think you're the nicest person, but you still probably feed into negativity, put negative stuff out into the universe, and you wonder why you're not getting anything positive back. But now I realize and I understand so much more. Like, just for me sitting down and listening and being still. God been talking to me in so many ways. It's crazy. It's so crazy, and it's so mind-blowing. But yeah. Oh, and also let me go back, because like I said, I gave y'all 5 things that I stopped doing. I had put a few of them under like one, but like it was one thing in particular that I didn't write down on my fast, and it's crazy. And I really didn't want to say it out here, but shit, at the end of the day, we are people, we are human beings, but I think people like to fake a lot of stuff and don't like to be real with themselves or other people around, because at the end of the day, like, we really be doing the same stuff. We do it in a different way, but we doing the same stuff. But yeah, so I didn't write down that. And when I was writing this stuff down, it crossed my mind, because I'm like, well, I'm writing all of this bad stuff down. Maybe I should write this down too. So I had told myself, I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to put, I will abstain from sex during this fast. And I was looking at it like, that don't really sound realistic. You know, like, just for me, you know, knowing me, myself, nothing to do with y'all at all. But you know, I was just saying to myself, I don't think that sounds realistic for me. And you know what? It's so crazy. Like, I think maybe day 3, maybe even into a week, you know, I thought I was going to be tripping out or whatever, but I actually wasn't. It's like I didn't have any urges or anything. And I don't mean to like be all putting y'all in my business, but it is what it is. Like, it's a simple fact. But yeah, but I didn't have any urges like I thought I was going to have and stuff like that. So I was like, you know what? I'ma just not have sex during this fast. I'm gonna add that to the list without actually writing it down. And when I tell y'all, like the whole fast, I did not engage in any sexual activity, like at all, read between the lines at all. But yeah, I don't know, it's so crazy though, like the things that you can do if you just listen to yourself and listen to your body. I knew if I was engaging in sexual activity while I was, abstaining from the rest of this stuff, I knew I wouldn't still be able to hear clear as I did if I would have engaged in sex and still not did these other things. I knew my fast would have been purposeless if I would have did that. Like it would have been so pointless and purposeless, and I would have not have gotten anything out of this fast, and I wouldn't even be on here right now talking to y'all. I would have been back in the streets. Hell, it's Saturday. I'll be back in the streets, out and about right now. I promise you that. I know I wouldn't have gained anything from this fast. God would have been like, you still don't understand what I'm trying to tell you. Sit down and be still and get away from people. Like, what are you doing? So I was being very obedient and listening to songs. Like I said, I'm not a person who can hear God like actually saying things to me. And I don't know if that's something people just say, but now the more that I understand it, I kind of say it too. Like God said this to me. So now I get it. But at first I was like, y'all actually hear God's voice? But yeah, like I said in the last video, God speaks to me through people, through situations, through certain instances. Yeah, and I could just feel like it would be some real crazy stuff happening, and then I run into somebody and we'll be talking and they'll bring something up and I'll be like, why you, and I'll be like, why you say that? I'll be like, now why you say that? Now I can't even do this or do that, because I know if for it to be so random and for it to pop up like that and that person don't even know, I already know, like, yeah, just cut that off right now. So yeah, that was that. But yeah, and then, oh yeah, so I wrote down when I pray, I wanted to be specific in my prayers as well. So I wrote down, ask God to clarify what he wants me to take from this. When I wake up, invite the Lord to work on me and use me. Ask him to show me how to influence my world, family, church, community, country, and so much more. And show gratitude. It's so crazy because, like I said, I just feel like I was meant to make these videos to give y'all this information so it can help y'all in a way. I didn't want to really give my specifics of my fast because it's my fast in particular. And I don't want anybody to feel like they have to do every single thing that I did. Do what works for you. You know, at the end of the day, do what works for you. You know what's holding you back in life for real. You're just in denial about it. And you have to for real sit down and be real with yourself. And it's going to hurt you to feel like you hurting other people, because I literally felt the same way. Like, I had my moments, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I've been real sad sometimes and real feeling lonely, but you know, like I said, I've learned to be able to control those emotions and get back right with myself. But it's okay to cry. It's okay to put yourself in like a space where nobody else can get into, no matter how hard they try. And trust me, they gonna try. They are gonna try it, but you have to stand strong for real, or it's gonna take you off your walk, and you don't want to be taken off that. But yeah, definitely, you know, like and subscribe to the video, because I really want this to reach more and more people, because we really need to heal, like, for real, within ourselves, so we can heal the world for real. It starts with us. And I'm still working on me. I'm not perfect yet. Like I said, I learned a whole bunch within this 30 days. And even now, like, I'm still on the same stuff. Even 2 weeks after my fast. And I don't plan on changing it at all. I'm not going to. Like I said, this is me going into the new version of myself. So people are just going to have to get with it or get lost in the nicest way possible. But like I said, I'm working on me. in so many ways. I've learned so much, and I'm willing to share everything that I've learned. But I do want y'all to, tell me if y'all have any questions or comment any topics y'all want to discuss and stuff like that. Like I said, this is for y'all. Like, I'm making these videos for y'all. It's not for me, but I know that this will help other people, because if I can do it, I'm telling you, anybody can do it. Like, anybody can do it. Like, you see so many stories of people transforming their lives, and you wonder how they got to the places they got, because they stayed down and they were diligent and did what exactly they needed to do. But you first have to figure out who you are as a person and what's your purpose here in this world. Everybody have a purpose. You're not just here to be out and about, going out and doing this and gossiping and doing that. Like, no, that's not your purpose. It gets deep, y'all. It gets really deep. And like I said, I don't really be trying to scare people off, but the connection within yourself and your spirit and the universe is so real. And you have to put positive things into your body so you're able to put positive things back out into the world, into the universe. So literally every day, like when I leave my house and when I get out my car and stuff, I have to tell myself, okay, be happy, be nice, because I know we can walk around, and you know how people say, like, before it's females walk around and they have the resting bitch face. I guess I could be considered one of those persons. And I don't even really try to be that, because I don't try to be just a rude person, especially not to people I know. But even just a look on your face can affect so many people around you. You don't even know. It can change the energy of the entire room that you in, just by how you look, just by the expression on your face. And it's crazy. I tested it out. I did an experiment. All right, and this gonna be my last piece, because I'm a little chatterbox when I start talking about this stuff. But it's so crazy how things are happening for me. And I know this time next year, I'm going to be in a way better and a great position. Like, I know I'm working on things now, and eventually I'm going to let y'all know about it. But I really feel like this is what I'm supposed to be doing. And I'm happy about it. I can't even say that I'm sad. I'm happy. Because it has meaning. It has purpose. And what's better than that? What's better than just living a life with no meaning, no purpose, and you just out here blank canvas, just doing everything, accepting everything. And that was me. I'm just doing everything. Whatever I think I like, I'm doing everything. I see other people, I'm doing it. But back to my story real quick before I go. So I told myself, so I go work out or whatever at Hot Works. And normally sometimes I go and get a salad at Salada after the gym. So one day I went in there, and this was maybe a few days after my fast. And I went in there, and it was a lady working the line or whatever. And she didn't have the most pleasant attitude. She was pretty mean. And the way she was talking to me is like asking me what I wanted on my order. It was just real aggressive and real snarky, and I didn't really like it. So I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't being the most pleasant with her. I wasn't like being mean back to her, but I wasn't giving her the energy that I should have gave her. And that's another thing I realized. Even if people are mean to you and give you attitude, don't give them that same energy back. Don't give them that same energy back, because it does nothing for no one but make the situation worse. Be the bigger person, take that deep breath, because I know it's hard to be the bigger person. For me, it definitely is, but I'm learning, and it's working. But, I went through the line or whatever, and I kind of was irritated about that, but I didn't let it, mess up the rest of my day. I just kind of got over it, got back into myself. So fast forward to another day, I end up going there after the gym. So I got out my car, and I was like, okay, this time I'm gonna change my energy. As soon as I get out the car, I'm gonna walk out looking, and I'm not, saying I'm changing who I am, but I'm just being more pleasant. So it could be something as simply as having a better expression on your face, walking in a way where it looks like you just don't want people to bother you or whatever. So I got out with some pretty good energy. I wasn't having a big cheesy smile, but I was doing like a nice little welcoming, warm smile, whatever. So, you walk past people, say hey, versus looking down or not looking at them or looking in your phone. Say hey to people. Like, Just say hey. Even if they act like they don't want to say hey to you. Say hey, how you doing? They can ignore you all day long, but you never know what that one hey, how you doing could do for that person. And like, dang, people are actually kind of nice. But yeah, so I went in there, opened the door. The same lady was at the line. So I'm like, okay, we're going to do this a little different this time. So I went in there smiling. You know, you have to show it because you never know who watching you, when they watching you. So you have to just, you know, try to be a good person at all times, no matter who you think watching or not. So I walk in, you know, from the time I got out of the car, pleasant, happy energy. Walk in, you know, hey, how you doing? Smiling or whatever. And she gave me good energy back, and I was so shocked. And it worked. I was like, it worked. Because she normally is like so mean, like for no reason. So she giving me good energy. But as she is, you know, asking me what I want, I kind of hear her in the background talking. Mind you, this is something negative going on in your background that you really need to be tuning out, because it's going to be filling your brain with stuff that you really don't need to be hearing. So she was talking to the coworker or whatever. Apparently something had happened before I came in with another customer. And I just kind of heard her talking bad about the lady or whatever. But I'm like, dang, with me coming in here with good energy, she gave me good energy, but she was still mad on the back end, but she still gave me good energy because I gave her good energy. But if I would have came in here looking crazy with an attitude or looking stank with a stank face, she probably would have thought, oh, here come another one. Like, they act like whoever just left out there or something. I don't know what the situation was, but yeah. So after that, I literally not only gave her, but I gave everybody in the place, like, you know, good energy. I wanted them to feel like the energy just flowing off of me. And that's what happened. Literally every single person on the line was just so nice. Like, have a good day, ma'am. Thank you so much. And I'm like, this is weird. It is weird because you would think everybody supposed to be nice, but it's not always like that. But when I tell you it was so odd that literally every single person that I encountered was so nice, and I've seen them before, and their energy was not like that, but my energy wasn't like that either. So now I can understand, like, dang, like something as simple as giving people a smile and saying, hey, how you doing? How your day going? Just a little small, simple conversation. Like, being nice go a long way. But yeah, those are the details of my fast. I hope I didn't go too deep for y'all, but that's what I did. If y'all have any questions or whatever, definitely comment and let me know. I'm happy to answer anything and make a video about whatever it is that y'all, you know, want. But I'm getting the topics from y'all. People been asking me what I did for my fast, so there you go. Thanks for watching, y'all.